Welcome into NFL Daily. Cam Rogers coming at you alongside Tom Downey. We have breaking news here on the program. Trade news across the NFL. Josh Gordon is now a member of the New England Patriots. Browns, Patriots agreed to a deal.
If I can sum this up in one word, Cam, it is classic.
Wow.
Isn't this just classic New England Patriots? They go get a guy that everyone agrees is talented, and they give up a fifth-round pick in exchange. Now, that is a conditional fifth-round selection. The condition here is that if Josh Gordon plays in 10 games and is active in 10 games, then the Patriots do not have to send a seventh-round pick back. Or the Patriots don't get a seventh-round pick back. If Gordon plays 8, 9, whatever games, New England also sends a seventh-round pick over to the Browns. So the Browns, in the end, probably going to get a fifth-round pick for Josh Gordon, which, I mean, I guess that isn't terrible, but TBT to way back when they turned down a trade offer of a second-round pick and Kendall Hunter from the San Francisco 49ers.
Wow.
It was a long time ago, but it did happen.
Well, the Patriots, no doubt, have been in the market for a wide receiver for quite some time here, Tom. Signing and then cutting Benny Fowler. Signing and then cutting Corey Coleman. That happened today as well. Signing and then cutting other wide receivers. Kenny Britt, apparently he was going to perhaps come back to New England today. Obviously, that is not going to happen.
Talk more about that later.
Josh Gordon trade here. Yeah, absolutely. So with Gordon, obviously, a super talented wide receiver. And with the Patriots here, you have to wonder if yesterday, after that Jaguars game where the passing attack struggled, the wide receiver struggled and all that, New England had this oh crap moment where they needed to make some sort of deal to get some talent on the outside. I understand Edelman will come back soon, but still.
They needed help. And you and I have agreed on this for many times. And not only that, when Gronkowski gets shut down, which isn't all that common, but it did happen this week against the Jags, who steps up? Chris Hogan did kind of late, but then you're banking on Phillip, Dorsett, Cordell Patterson, no Julian Edelman because he's suspended. So there's your new wide receiver depth chart for the New England Patriots. Oh, by the way, we'll get to this later on. Corey Coleman done got cut.
So.
Which, how funny would that have been? The only way this wasn't better is if the Patriots had sent Corey Coleman back to the Browns in a trade. How great would that have been?
That would have been
absolutely
just
hysterical.
Full circle, ladies and gentlemen. So New England goes aggressive, acquires Josh Gordon via a trade, and the Dez Bryant theory out there
it's dead.
Is a little deflated.
Your theory is dead.
You guys know I have been on the Dez Bryant to New England Patriots train for months and months and months. I still think it's alive, but a bit of a gut punch here with this Gordon trade. Now, go ahead and react on Facebook Live. Grade the Patriots trade for Josh Gordon. Heart for A, like for B, wow face for C, and a laughing face for D. An absolute icon within the Patriots organization, Troy Brown, said today, Tom, that Josh Gordon is the closest thing to Randy Moss.
In terms of what the Patriots have had, sure. I don't know if I'm going to say closest thing in the NFL. I mean, you've seen some of his career stats, 180 receptions, 3,000 plus yards, but he's been pretty inconsistent. In terms of actually being on the field, I think that's the risk involved here. That's the risk going on with Patriots. That is he actually going to play every single game? That's a sheer possibility. So you look at his stats the past couple years when he's actually been on the field and not suspended for each and every single game. But,
guess what year sticks out?
2013, because it was awesome.
Wow.
Unbelievable year. But since then, as Mitchell Renz like to point out to me all the time, hasn't quite been the same. 2 TDs since that 2013 season, which was absolutely incredible, but it hasn't quite been the number one thing there for Gordon overall.
Well, let's just forget about this whole, the New England Patriots don't want to bring wide receivers who have off-the-field issues and all that, because that was the argument for all those anti-Dez people about him perhaps going to the New England Patriots, saying that, they don't want the ego, they don't want the problems off the field. Josh Gordon is like the poster boy of off-the-field issues right now, and maybe being with New England, Bill Belichick will be able to kind of straighten him out a little bit. I'm pretty sure Gordon understands he can't get away with any funny business with the New England Patriots.
Oh, he can't, because if he does, he's going to get cut.
Exactly.
He's going to say, you know what, I don't care about this fifth-round pick. Do what you need to do, and they'll cut him.
And now he's on a contending team, by the way.
Oh, yeah, with a much, much better quarterback.
So the last few years here for Josh Gordon, ladies and gentlemen, for some context. So played in 1 game this year, of course, with the Cleveland Browns, 5 games in 2017, nada in 2015, 5 games in 2014, 14 in 2013. That was the big-time year when he had 87 receptions, over 1,600 yards receiving, and 9 touchdowns. And then his first year in 2012, 16 games, 13 of those games were starts. We only have count it, one full season for Josh Gordon in his entire career.
It's a good season, though.
Well, actually, that 2013 season was only 14 games.
I'm counting that as a full season.
Okay, that's fair.
Because it should count.
Pretty amazing stuff. How, it's kind of Sean Lee-esque to draw a Cowboys comparison there, where you're waiting for Josh Gordon to have a full-on season for the first time in what seemingly is 5-6 years. So we'll see if he can play a full 16-game slate here. Who won the trade? Type away P for Patriots, B for Browns.
Yeah, let us know.
Let's say Josh Gordon.
I would assume we see a lot of Patriots.
Let's say Josh Gordon does not play 10 games. In that instance, the Patriots get a 7th-round pick, right?
Yeah.
And you're back to square one with the Patriots wide receivers.
Well, I guess it depends on, does he play 9 games, 8 games,
Sure.
7 games?
That's a good point.
What's the reasoning behind not getting to 10 games? Like, if he, if he gets hurt a little bit and, misses 4 games, whatever, down the stretch or in the middle of the year, whatever, and ends up playing 9 and plays really well, isn't that still worth it? Even if you do send that 7th-round pick back?
That's fair.
I mean, the side effect here is that the Browns are kind of hedging their bet just a little bit, or the Patriots are, I should say. I guess both teams are, just in case something does go crazy there.
All right, you guys are on YouTube Live as well as Facebook Live. We want to hear your comments about the breaking news here between the Patriots, Josh Gordon, and, of course, the Cleveland Browns as well. The Browns trading away Josh Gordon to the New England Patriots today. We want to give a shout-out to BetDSI. They are sponsoring the show here today. Head to chatsports.com/bet. Use our promo code LIVE120 for 120% deposit bonus, folks. $120 perhaps for free in your back pocket if you put $100 down there. So
it's a
get
good
it
deal.
done. It's a great deal.
Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code is LIVE120.
All right, so Josh Gordon, in terms of his career, 180 receptions, just a shade over 3,100 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 17.3 yards per reception there for Gordon. An uber-talented wide receiver. He could emerge as the #1 guy on this roster.
In terms of, upside, yeah, I think Edelman, or at least excluding Gronk, of course, right? That's fair, right?
Yeah, we're talking wide receivers, pure wide receivers.
About Gronk.
Yep.
Edelman, to be fair, I think is a guy that both you and I trust heavily, frankly.
Yeah.
But he is coming off his own suspension and his own injury problems.
I also think Edelman has a ceiling.
Yes, I agree.
A shorter ceiling, per se, than
Gordon.
Gordon's.
To be fair, we do know what Josh Gordon's ceiling is. It's just really, really good.
Right.
So I guess back to this main discussion, Cam, and I'll give you my thoughts, and I like the deal quite a bit. What do you make of the deal?
I like it. I think New England fills a need. They didn't give up that much. A 5th-round pick, one of the local Boston sports radio hosts out there, live right now, is literally, bashing this move. And
wait, who is?
I'm not going to name the person because...
Whisper it.
Yeah.
Just like Fade the Saints.
Felger, 98.5 The Sports Hub, is absolutely ripping on the Patriots making a deal for Josh Gordon because for some reason he thinks that Josh Gordon is going to eventually be a problem and actually be a detriment to the Patriots locker room. Here's the difference. If you really have to draw the comparisons here and the differences between Gordon and Dez, here's the deal. Dez is more of a personality. Gordon is more of a health problem. He just needs to get his weed situation straightened out. And yeah, he's got this hamstring, but it sounds like he's healthy with that as well. So if you figure that out, and I think he can with the Patriots and the Patriots organization here, there are no problems. And if you're the Patriots just throwing away a 5th-round pick, who cares? It's a 5th-round pick. And we're talking about a Patriots team that is still very much a Super Bowl contender. We're talking about a Patriots team that is very much the supremacy of the AFC outside of maybe the Jaguars, because the Jaguars just won yesterday. So if you're New England trying to make this last push here with Tom Brady, you make moves like getting Josh Gordon. And if you're the Browns, by the way, you're just running out of patience and you're done. And you get compensation.
Yeah, I do. Speaking of Browns, by the way, I see some comments in here on YouTube and on Facebook, so I want to get to these about Corey Coleman. You saw on the depth chart, Corey Coleman was not on there, but yes, Corey Coleman has been cut by the Patriots. We'll bring
See Jizzle on YouTube Live.
See Jizzle, BMG. We'll bring up Coleman's player card here in just a second, but yes, Coleman is no longer with the New England Patriots. Another former Brown that got cut. As we mentioned earlier on in the show, for those of you just now joining us, the only way it would have been better is if the Browns had acquire Corey Coleman back in a trade.
Yeah.
How great would that have been?
Did not happen. Would have been full circle, but no. We got Julian asking, Gordon a top 10 or top 15 wide receiver now? Solely based off of the Tom Brady factor.
I don't know if I'm going to go that far. It'd be awesome, but let's see him do it. He's had one catch this year. It was a great catch, a beautiful one in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown for the Browns.
Yep. But
we'll see about that. And I think CMG Bizzle has a good point here about Corey Coleman. Everywhere he goes, he gets cut. Could make the Browns, could make the Bills, could make the Patriots. That's not exactly a promising sign in my eyes, by the way.
All right, so we're live here on Facebook and YouTube. Get those comments in because you will be featured on the broadcast at the bottom of your screen. Julio, so Dez is coming to Cleveland. I got my guy Zachary watching live as well. He very much wants Dez to go to New England, which is obviously something that I believe will still happen.
It's not going to happen.
But in terms of Dez going to Cleveland,
Rip it.
Perhaps.
There had been the report that the Browns hadn't closed the door on adding Dez Bryant, and my initial thought process was that I didn't think it made sense because they had Josh Gordon, they had Jarvis Landry, that they had Antonio Callaway, and I'm drawing a blank on somebody else. So they had Coleman, of course. So they had 4 good receivers, and 2 of them are gone now. At least 2 receivers I thought were good. Corey Coleman, not that good. So now they're down to Antonio Callaway and Jarvis Landry. Maybe you could actually use a Dez Bryant.
And John Dorsey has said before he wouldn't mind resuming negotiations with Dez Bryant. Now, we have reported here on this very program before that the Browns and Dez were very close to getting a deal cemented, signed, sealed, and delivered, and it fell apart last second. The reasons for that we don't know, but perhaps Dez and the Browns can resume negotiations here with Josh Gordon now a member of the New England Patriots, which would be kind of ironic considering how I have talked about Dez to New England for so many weeks now.
And it's dead.
Not quite dead yet.
Look, it's not on. It's on life support at the.
It's on life support.
At the very most. Like they're doing tests right now to see if there's any brain waves going on up there.
Nothing is dead about Dez until he signs with a team.
It's kind of close to dead though. Like, I'm sorry, buddy.
We'll see what happens with Josh Gordon here going forward. Of course, we will see Julian Edelman back eventually when he returns from that suspension here. This could be a really dynamic offense. You got Gordon down the sideline. You got Gronk underneath. You got Edelman and Hogan underneath as well. Sony Michel is going to be a real weapon for this team if he can stay healthy, stay 100% throughout the season. As you take a look at the Josh Gordon trade details here, the Browns getting a 5th-round pick. From a talent perspective, Tom, I mean, I get it. You get some compensation. You were thinking about cutting this guy, but I don't know if you're Cleveland. I guess patience is one thing.
I think they were just done with Gordon. And what had happened was he had missed. He was late to report on Friday. Had shown up late, had a hamstring injury, and that's why he didn't play partially in week 2, and of course showed up late. I think the Browns. I think Gordon was on very thin ice with them. And I think this was just like the straw that kind of broke the camel's back. Now, I don't really agree with it. I would have kept, like, you invested so much. This is kind of the sunken cost fallacy. But if I were the Browns, I would have stuck with Josh Gordon because don't you want him on your team? Like, there's, like, it's not like he is a completely lost cause at this point, you know? He's not.
You ready for a hilarious comment from Peter on YouTube Live? Wow, pretty surprising at first. Then again, if anyone can help Josh Gordon to cheat NFL drug tests, it's the Patriots. Because apparently the Patriots are cheaters.
That's just for you, Producer Harris.
Yeah, there you go. Some other comments flowing in. King Sigma, my guy. Did Cam finally put the Dez Bryant to Patriots conspiracy to
No, he's still pushing it like a madman.
It's still going to happen, my man. I am not letting it die until Dez signs elsewhere. But in terms of the New England Patriots here, Tom, do you think yesterday's results against the Jacksonville Jaguars actually made them say, we got to do something, because if we face Jacksonville again in the playoffs, we need somebody like Josh Gordon to be able to make plays?
Possibility.
I think they did.
I think so. I think in reality, I'm going to get into some GM speak here, but coaches constantly, and GMs do, we're always looking to upgrade our team. And then look, right there's the scoreboard. Great job, Producer Harris. 31-20.
Yep.
James White was your leading receiver.
He's a running back.
Brady was upset. Now, the ground game, I don't think was very efficient. That was a big concern. Then the Jags are one of, if not the best defense in the NFL. But when Gronk gets shut down, who's your go-to guy? Chris Hogan kind of showed up late. James White's a great check down guy, perfect PPR play in fantasy. but is he really the guy that's going to, scare defenses? Beyond Gronk and Hogan sometimes, with Edelman out, who is that guy? I don't think that they had one.
I honestly think
now they do if Gordon's healthy and focused and clean.
I honestly think that GM Nick Caserio and Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft firmly believe that they are going to see Jacksonville again in the playoffs. And
probably
in preparation of that, you got to have somebody like Josh Gordon, because let's just talk about the pecking order, if you will, of the AFC. It's Jacksonville, it appears. It's New England, tier 1. After that, who the hell knows? Because Pittsburgh is 0-1-1. The Chiefs are emerging, but who knows? It's only been 2 games. The Chargers are 1-1, but they look sloppy in week 1. Baltimore could be that team to maybe challenge New England in the playoffs. But I mean, Tom, I'm reaching at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So if you're the Patriots, these are not moves to help you necessarily win in week 4, week 5, week 6. These are help you to win, come playoff time. And as long as he's focused and available to play, I kind of want Josh Gordon on that team.
Right.
Like, at the very least, he's going to help provide some comfort and some field stretching and taking some pressure off.
Yep.
As a pressure valve type guy, he can do that. And if, God forbid, you get 2013 Josh Gordon, Patriots going to win the Super Bowl, baby.
So 2013, 14 games, 159 targets, Tom, 87 receptions, over 1,600 yards, 18.9 yards per reception, 9 touchdowns, a long of 95 yards. That's the kind of talent that New England can bring out of this guy in 2018. And if there's anybody up to the job, I think Josh McDaniels could be that guy.
And if, of course, as I saw in the comment section, if he stays clean and doesn't fail drug tests, which there's no failed drug test right now. I think the Browns, with the hamstring injury and the injury happening at a promotional shoot and showing up late to the team on Friday, I think they were like, you know what? I can't anymore. I'm just done. By the way, I do see several comments on Facebook and YouTube bemoaning the fact that the Cowboys did not go trade for Josh Gordon. I agree. I think the Cowboys could have used him quite a bit.
Well, we should mention that Dallas did inquire, right?
That was the report from Adam Schefter. Some of the local guys are saying that no, they didn't. I think that this might have been an example of the classic using the Cowboys as leverage, because that's what all free agents do. Oh, yeah, the Cowboys want me because they seemingly have endless supplies of money. That's the thing there.
Now, we see a comment here at the bottom of our screen, maybe Corey Coleman to Dallas, Tom. That'd be interesting.
They had their chance earlier, and I think this is a fair question at this point in the career of Corey Coleman. If he couldn't make the Browns, if he couldn't make the Bills, the worst receiving corps in the NFL,
sure,
and he couldn't make the Patriots all in a span of like a month,
you got to be really bad.
Is he just not good at football? Like,
right.
that just might be the reality right now for Corey Coleman. So it'll keep happening because Cowboys fans are often Baylor fans, but I don't know if you want Corey Coleman on your roster right now, plain and simple.
You did see some good play from Tavon Austin, so
on a couple of touches.
Yeah,
12 to 24 a game. Am I right? Stephen Jones.
So Corey Coleman's a free agent. Josh Gordon is now a member of the New England Patriots. Of course, it's got to be finalized by the league and all of that good stuff.
Which it will be.
Exactly. So in the end, folks, who won the trade? We want you typing. We want you voting. P for Patriots, B for Browns. I think it's easy to say the Patriots, but from a mental and, I guess, stress level perspective, the Browns won because they don't have to worry about the issue of Josh Gordon and the injuries and the health problems and all that.
It's one less thing. At least they got something back for him.